tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Brandon.
Hey guys, what's up? Oh man.
All right.
Busy,
You want
busy
to
day
get into the
yesterday.
housekeeping and I'll get into the salutations?
I think that man, one of these days I think it might be good to do a walkthrough. I had a meeting yesterday with some people and we did a walkthrough of the whole HyperShare. It was cool because I walked through what happened on Node Market, but then I walked through what happened on Etherscan and kind of showed them exactly what was happening. And so that kind of stuff's cool to see, but like it's interesting. There's a couple of nuances that we're figuring out here with Hypercycle on how the HyperShare works. And so the reason that I'm not going to do that is because we're still waiting to get finalization on, I guess, where everything's going to land as far as the HyperShare goes. But and then I got a couple of phone calls the last week or so about Hypercycle, about like, because Nick and I, and this is just something in general too, Nick and I, we don't like talk about Hypercycle sometimes every single day. That doesn't mean that we're like, we forgot about it, or like, trust me, I work on Hypercycle every day, but it doesn't mean like that we've lost our enthusiasm for Hypercycle, nor does it mean that we think that Hypercycle's changed in any capacity. It's just there's other projects that I think a lot of people want to learn about as well. And there's nuances in those other projects that we need to discuss, but Hypercycle still, as far as I can tell, I mean, I think that the like when the rubber meets the road type of thing, sometimes you're driving through some mud and stuff and things move a little bit slower than you thought, but it's still like one of the best projects that I know of out there. And I love Hypercycle and everything that they do and everything that they're doing behind the scenes. They're rocking and rolling. And there's, I mean, if anybody cares more about their own project, I'd be surprised if you found that person other than 2 feet. And I mean, they're making stuff happen. So even though we're not computing yet, we thought we were going to be computing already. It doesn't mean that we care any less about Hypercycle. So we're on track here. We're working, we're rocking and rolling. But if you guys have a chance, let me go ahead and share my screen. This is boom. Obviously, Node Market NFTs, 3 things going on. If you buy 1 NFT, you get free Hyper Ring, which obviously we did a video on that. So go check that video out. 2 NFTs gets you 2 node licenses, and we're doing that until compute starts. And then if you do 5, then you get the free annual membership. But just bang around the site, guys. We've made this thing super easy to use. And if you guys do want to go ahead and create those HyperShares, go ahead and do that. But keep in mind, I probably wouldn't send that or transfer ownership anywhere. And then the team and I are working on something that's going to make this a lot more efficient for Hypercycle and for everybody using Hypercycle. So if you do want to wait and to do that, give it a couple weeks, because I think we should have that announcement ready within a couple weeks. So I got to touch base with the team again today and see where we're at on that. But anyway, hopefully that knocked out any concerns or anything like that. So rocking and rolling.
Woo! Okay. Bitcoin.
We behind the wall?
No.
Why?
We don't have to be behind the wall just to say the word Bitcoin. Someone asked in the chat.
It's top secret, buddy. Top secret.
Someone asked in the chat, is it time to load up on Ethereum? It's not time to load up or sell anything. That just depends on your portfolio. Like, everybody's in a different spot on their portfolio. So there's not like a time to do this or a time to do that. And if you're not dollar cost averaging into things that you like, then you're gambling. And we talked about that yesterday. That is a different part of the brain. So you have to decide what you're doing. Are you gambling like Brandon with Uniswap? Are you investing? Different parts of the brain.
I have something to say about that.
Go on then.
Oh, wait. Well,
Wait. We didn't talk about the Jupiter burn. Sorry, the Jupiter community
miscalculation?
eats first proposal. What's your thoughts on that?
We want to talk about that right now?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I mean, I just read through the proposal yesterday on the office hours.
Oh, okay.
Your gut instinct. Mine, just because you may not have seen it, is not positive.
Oh, okay.
It may be momentarily accretive for the token, although no one cared yesterday. Because token burns are stupid. Token burns mean your team failed to prepare when they were developing the original tokenomics. Token burns are a parlor trick to jack the price of the token, nothing more. That's my opinion. And it's backed by everybody that's ever launched a layer 1. But then again, there may be a different opinion than everybody that's ever launched a layer 1. So what are you?
So token, what you're saying basically is a token burn means they miscalculated their
needs for their ecosystem,
plan, basically, right? They miscalculated everything. So they came out with a nice even number of 10 billion tokens. They said, we're going to launch with 10 billion tokens or whatever it is. And now they decided they're going to change that. They're going to reduce that supply by 30%.
6.66, right? 6.67.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Maybe.
Well, it's a third. They're cutting a third.
I think they're only cutting 30%. A third is 33%. So
okay.
So there's 7 billion.
They're going to 7. Yes.
Okay. So the Jupiter proposal. So they did a huge podcast about this 2 days ago and stuff or whatever. And Nick's, I mean, I see what you're saying for sure, because the token burn typically means they screwed up their runway.
Or they didn't think about it.
But to me, it's like, I see that they recalculated and it's like, okay, I mean, can nobody change their mind after they launch their project and change gears?
Well, except that all the way through there, this isn't a we changed our mind. This is we want to pump the token. I mean, all through their propaganda is mentions of getting the token price up, getting the asset value up, there isn't anything in that I read that talks about creating a robust runway for a company to build into the future. It's get everybody on Jupiter and make the token price go up, which is one way to market it.
Is that bad?
I mean, I guess it's Solana. What I should expect no different.
I mean, if token price goes up, I'm good with it.
Well, right, but that's not utility. Like if someone's like, what's the utility of the token? The price goes up. Right, but what does it do? Goes up, bro. Moons. Cool, but how does it make the world better? By mooning, Lambos. Oh, well, shit. Why didn't you just say that in the beginning? So it's another project where the economics were sloppy, because you can't cut a third of your runway if your economics weren't sloppy.
Yeah, they had too much. I mean, I guess they had too many tokens out there, right? So they decided they're going to cut a third or whatever.
We don't know that they had too many. We just know they want to pump the price of the token. Community eats first. Take 30% of the tokens and make them go away. And I like how they make it where it's like, oh, we're doing you a solid. We're even going to take our tokens, our founder tokens, and we're going to cut those by a third. Oh, really? Are you? You mean you're not just going to cut everyone else's tokens and shit on us and then keep the extras? Wow. How very fucking gracious of you.
So in addition to that, they're going to lock up their tokens longer, which I think is great.
A year.
Well, the founders did 2 years more, right? And then the team, the team said they're going to do 1 year, and then anybody that volunteers to do 2 years, they can do 2 years. And so I think most of the team volunteered for 2 years too. So
you don't think there's any benefit for them for that 2 years? You don't think there's anything going on behind the scenes there? You think do you think they're just all just saying, I opt in for no money for another year? Hell, I don't need money because the community eats first.
That's right. That's right.
This doesn't just sound like a bunch of bullshit.
At face value, this sounds like a bunch of kind of what you're saying, and that's probably true. but we'll see how this plays out. I'm not saying I don't think this is
On the-
bad or good.
Well, on the other
necessarily,
side, unrelated
I-
to the economics, I like Jupiter. I like what they're doing. I like their platform. I like everything about it except
But-
that,
so you
they
would
did
rather
not.
they not have done this?
yeah, token burns are the first sign of trouble at a company because it means they're now focused more on the price of the token right now, this second, and they never work. Token burns, I mean, it's the same thing as these central banks, you know, with their easing and their tightening that do nothing. It's a little momentary shot of adrenaline and then nothing else. Because once those tokens are gone, they're gone. That runway is gone. So you're saying 30% of this company's future plans just got lit on fire. So if you were going to build a runway that was 1,000 feet, you now have 700 feet of runway you can build. What about the planes that need 800? They crash.
So maybe they just achieved what they needed to quicker.
That's
And
it.
so
They got
actually
it.
don't
They
need-
they knocked
Yep.
it.
I'm just saying. I'm
Well,
positive.
and-
I'm just devil's advocate here.
Well,
So
no.
they were
That's
they were going to use those tokens because they thought they were going to have to bring on more investors and some other stuff, and now they didn't need any investors because everything worked out quicker, and so they're going to burn those investor tokens.
mhm.
I'm just you know.
Let's go ahead and just burn those tokens, burn that market cap, ignore the future, take that runway and just chop a third off of it.
Like, yeah.
You know, when you have a roadmap and there's like 6 or 7 of those dots, they just took 2 or 3 dots and just got rid of them.
Not necessarily. You keep saying that, but maybe they achieved those dots already and they just don't need the tokens for those dots.
Do
Which is
you
bad
think
planning.
do you think they've achieved those dots already?
I'm impressed with the Jupiter platform. I think they are doing really well, and they have a lot of people that are participating in all the votes. I think more than any other.
Oh, by the way, when
governance-
all those tokens go away, what do they use to compensate people in
they get less,
Jupuary?
they get less. They get 1/3 less.
Hmm.
Yeah. Or
So I guess
whatever,
we get
30%.
I guess we get to share. It's
Yeah,
a
we get to-
shared law. This is a shared
it's a
loss
shared-
agreement.
It's a shared burn, is what it is.
Wow.
It's a shared burn.
They
Everybody
really
gets
did us a
less.
solid. You know, the community really does eat first. Eat shit.
It's arbitrary in my mind. These token amounts and token prices, they always meet equilibrium somewhere. And whether there's 10 million tokens at $1 or 7 million tokens at $1.30, it just makes no difference.
I think
A
token burns
percentage
are
is a
parlor
percentage.
trick. I think they're parlor
I-
trick, and they
I
mean
agree. I
yeah.
agree with that. I agree with that like 100%. I think a token burn is a parlor trick, but I think there was more explained with this token burn than is normally explained with a token burn. Typically, like a meme coin will be like, hey, we're burning half our supply, bam, half, you know. But these
Yeah.
guys had some stuff, some justifications for it that I think that are kind of there. And I already mentioned some of them, but like, I don't know. I mean, I agree with you in general with the token burn, but I think that this team might be a little bit different. I like the team, what they've been doing, and I like what they.
oh, this time is different.
Yeah.
So all the other
Yeah.
token burns are scammy, but this one
Well,
is legit.
Well, I mean, look at what other token burns have we talked about. Let's talk about some in specific, right? So we got like any of the meme coin token burns are just.
Yeah, we
that.
don't
They
even
say-
talk about those because meme coins don't
Right.
count.
Okay, so what other token burns happened?
Well, you can just look it up. I mean, BNB is a perfect example. They've been burning. They've been melting tokens forever.
Was
to
that
try
part
to
of their
pump-
original? Was that not part of their original plan though?
I don't know what the original plan of BNB was. I mean, I don't
I thought-
know.
I thought
I
that was
don't
part
know
of
if-
their roadmap or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
just
I don't
like
think
Ethereum.
it was. It wasn't part of the launch. I think it became a
Oh.
quick strategy that CZ employed to keep people excited about the BNB token.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
just-
on the other side of it, the BNB it does work fast. Like that network is fast. It's fast because no one's using it, but it is fast and it's cheap. The fees are dust. And they just pushed something out that has a 90% reduction in fees.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Good for BNB. BNB's actually been doing good. Have you looked at the BNB price?
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I know. It's
For-
not bad. When I was on
It's-
when I was on trading on Binance all the time, when Americans could do that, which because Binance is the best exchange which I just try to forget about it because we can't use it. But I held a pretty good amount of BNB just because you can use it for your fees, and then you get like a 50% reduction in fees. See, there's a token for an exchange that actually has at least an immediate utility if you're investing in trading. That's what. So in 2018, when I was doing a lot of that arbitrage trading, I was going Binance, Bittrex. What was the other one? There was a couple others, but those were the two kind of major ones at that time. They had the most liquidity, so you could bang back and forth. Binance obviously being the most. So what you would usually do is you would try to get your sell order in on the low liquidity exchange and immediately buy back on the high liquidity exchange of Binance, and that's how you would capture your spread, your arbitrage. And so you would keep, like, if you were arbitrage trading, this is why that BNB token made so much sense, because if you were arbitrage trading, it then cut those fees down by half over on Binance. And Binance is where you would be doing the most important leg of those arbitrage trades. So there, but I still don't like the token burns, because the token burns themselves are not, I don't think that's what's added value. Of course, then there's another argument that the more efficient layer ones get, the lower their price should be. Like, there's a pretty good argument that maybe all these layers,
right?
Yeah, like there's a pretty good argument that the lower the fees are, the less you would have to hoard as a person that uses that ecosystem. And if you have to hoard less, then the hoarding effect is lessened. Therefore, the price of the underlying asset should go down, like small economics. And I think these token burn, I think CZ and whoever figured out real quickly, shit, if this layer one is really cheap to use and really efficient, you don't need to hold that much in your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you think about that, and someone else made this argument a while back, and matter of fact, Byron Gilliam did. Remember, he was on the show, and Byron said, and this is, even though he doesn't know a lot about crypto, he knows a lot about finance. Crypto is still a sore spot for him, and I don't think he quite gets it. But one thing he does get is this hoarding effect. And he's like, why would people hold tons of an asset if the fees are dust? This is maybe the Cosmos in the Cardano handicap. They have figured out the fees. The fees are nothing. So like, how much Cosmos do you hold? Barely any.
That's right.
You don't need to. And I'm wondering now if we get towards the end of the first kind of adoption cycle where, countries and businesses and things like that start to adopt these layer ones, at that point, shouldn't that kind of be the end of these assets' price appreciation if the fee structures continue to erode down due to new technology and better code and things like that?
I see that trend happening. Yeah, which is for investable assets, that's not a great thing, because you've invested yourself into nothing, I guess.
Well, you've invested. Well, it becomes a longer play, because then you look at the structure of these layer ones, and as if the fees get disintegrated or however the fees go, because fees, depending on the protocol, some of these fees go away too. That's a form of token burn. They burn some of the fees. Right, which especially like in Ethereum, that's the case because Ethereum's a weird situation, but Ethereum, there's not really technically a capped supply. There's a rate each year that's created that's supposed to stay right around the year of the use of the fees that get burned in transactions. And ideally, you would get some like stasis. So I don't think they found that yet, because that's why the price is so wobbly.
If you look at I guess the Binance price, this is the Binance chart compared to Bitcoin. It's one of the only ones. There's a couple of coins that have beaten Bitcoin this year. BNB's one of them. It looks like
Beatcoin. We should call it B and Beatcoin.
Beatcoin. The only other one is Solana has beaten Bitcoin just this year, obviously. So, but Binance looks to be up more than Solana, even just barely now. This is Solana right here, up 30% on Bitcoin. BNB's up 33.71%. and this is ETH down 2% on Bitcoin. So,
Well,
interesting.
okay, maybe that's a good lead in. So maybe we can go behind the wall. We can talk about what's going on with Bitcoin,
Yeah.
with the miners, with capitulation, with whale wallets, with the German government after they stole a bunch of tokens from a damn
The
TV.
Germans. The Germans.
The Germans are shitty. You know, they basically they like quasi illegally stole those Bitcoin
Oh
from
yeah.
from like an online streaming company.
Oh gosh.
It's so shitty, man. The more
This
you
is-
read about it,
Let's
it's
talk about that first. Let's go behind the wall. Let's talk about that first. I have some
it's not
articles pulled
Roaring
up on
Kitty
Germany.
shitty, but it's
Yeah.
almost RKS. That's
Yeah.
a new thing. Roaring Kitty shitty. RKS. It's almost RKS.
Well, that's the newest token. RKS.
RKS. All right.
Perfect.
We'll go behind the wall. Did Neil give us the go ahead?
Oh, like 8 times.
Oh,
Maybe
he
9
did?
times. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. Here's one. Wall time. We
Oh.
killed this subject.
We
let's
killed
see.
it. No.
Let's
Listen,
see.
Neil,
Oh,
you
here
have
we
a
go.
badge.
Here's another one. On with the show. Let's see. I think we got. Oh, here we got another one. On with the show, guys.
No, this is the best one.
Okay.
Play.
No, play the music. No, and here's another one. Okay. On with. So I wasn't exaggerating when I said 9 times. I'll give it. Oh, he's gonna give us a couple minutes. It looks
Okay.
like. Okay.
All right.
That's
All
fine.
right. Listen.
Here's Howard telling Neil to do his job.
Listen,
Howard's-
Sheriff Neil has spoken, and none of us want to end up in the clink on the Friday night. So,
Hey, as if that conversation was bad. I don't understand what just happened, but whatever. Go ahead. Behind the wall. I guess our talk on token burns was not good enough for Neil. And a token that we're like, anyway, whatever.
this is, that stuff's pretty important in the way that you look at the future of your portfolio, in the way that you, anyway.
No, it's not important for Neil.
Nope.
Let's go. Let's go. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even care that he saw the tweet. He saw the whole thing. He knows what happened. He's like,
He knows
"Not
all of it.
important.
Damn
Not
you,
important."
Neil.
He knows.
You're always 12 steps ahead, like a 12-step program. Ooh,
I like Neil. He knows what he's doing.
he knows what he's doing. All right.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
See you later, Facebook. I don't even think anybody listens on Facebook. So stupid.